All right, so today's event is going to be women's gymnastics. So everything that we're going to be doing is really modeled after the conditioning that the female athletes do for women's gymnastics. So when you think of women's gymnastics, you want to think flexibility, their balance, really dynamic power. These little tiny athletes pack a huge punch. So today's exercises are going to be challenging. There are going to be different variations that you can do. So don't get discouraged. Really just try and practice. Maybe you want to do one round as a practice round just to become familiar with the moves and just get a little practice before you go in and try to do the full circuit. So that's my advice. I want to warm up first just to loosen up because I don't want anybody pulling a muscle, especially in the groin right here. You really want to loosen everything up. So we're going to start with just a couple air squats. I recommend doing probably about 10 within your range of motion. So if you can't go as low as I can, don't worry about it. Just open up a little bit. Then I kind of want to widen it up. I like to do plie squats, also known as sumo squats. So we're just going to come down, up, knees track out towards the toes. So the hips, knees, all in this line of motion, just like that. A couple of those. All right, I'd like you to roll around your ankle a little bit. Also going to get your hip open here. Other leg. All right, I'm going to turn to the side just so you can see this motion. I also have a door here, how convenient for me, that I'm going to hold on to. You can use a chair or whatever you can, even the wall, just for some balance. So you're just going to swing open your leg, just like so. Really just opening up, loosening up the hips. All right, I'm going to turn around to the other side. All right, everybody warmed up? Hope so. I know I am, so let's get started. All right, so exercise 1, it is going to be a rotating jump plie squat. I'm gonna start off very slow, and then I'm going to pick it up to the jumping squat version. If you can only stay at the first level, that's fine. You're going to be working the same muscles. If you want a little bit more of a challenge, go ahead and take the second step and really, explode into the jump. This is going to work on our flexibility and that explosive power that I was talking about that these athletes have. We're going to start. I'm going to start off to the side, just like so, and I'm going to kind of bend down into like a demi squat here, and I'm just going to open up to the front. And I'm gonna go back. Open up to the back to the front, back to the back. All right, now for the challenging part, I'm gonna start doing it with a jump. So we are gonna be doing this round for a full minute. So really do what you're comfortable with. Maybe you need to alternate and go from just the stepping into it to the jumping and just keep alternating. I want you to continue to move through the entire minute. We're gonna get your heart rate up and really just move. So, ready? I'm gonna go squat and open, down and open. Really jump, open, jump. All right, woo. All right, so that move, full minute. I know you're going to be tired, your heart rate's going to go up, you're probably going to be a little out of breath, that's okay. Do what you can, but do it for the full minute, okay? All right, exercise number 2 is going to be our single leg deadlift. Now, this exercise, because we're doing it on a single leg, is really going to work on our balance. It's also going to work on our flexibility. And then while we do this move, we're going to be strengthening the backs of our legs. So really develops your glute and hamstring. It's a great exercise for that. So I highly recommend, adding this into your regular routine a little more. Even at the end of the night, doing a couple of these single leg exercises will really improve your strength and your balance. So what I'm going to do to start off is I'm going to turn to the side. Now, the biggest thing with this exercise is I want you to keep your hips aligned straight in front of you throughout the exercise. It's very easy for you to want to open up your hip, and I'll tell you why, because we're going to start with our foot pointed out in back of us. It's easy for you to just want to rotate because it makes it easier as we start reaching down towards the ground. But don't do it. You're just cheating yourself and you're not going to work the same muscles and it's just not going to be as effective. So we're going to start off facing this way. Remember, hips aligned forward. I'm going to reach my hands out in front of me, and then I'm going to imagine I'm a seesaw, or I'm moving as one unit. So it's kind of like your body's a plank. So I'm going to go down to the ground, and I'm going to come right back up. Do it one more time slow. Down and back up. Try a couple practice runs of this exercise just to perfect it before you throw it into the circuit, because it is a little bit challenging. If you've never done it before, you'll see once you get started, you might want to, your balance might be a little off, so you really just kind of want to work on it just a little bit at first. But then another way to do this, to challenge it a little more if you're comfortable without any weight, is to just start adding a little bit of weight. So I'm going to grab my dumbbells just to show you how to do that. You can do it either way. Pick which way is comfortable for you. You're going to be doing 30 seconds on each leg. So keep that in mind when you do it. And I'd rather you do it perfect with no weight than to kind of be all over the place just to try to add a little challenge with the weight. So once you perfect it with no weight, go ahead and grab a set of weights and start incorporating this into your routine. So here's my dumbbells. Again, same body position, all right? So I'm gonna point backwards and I'm going to reach down towards the ground and pull up. Down to the ground and pull up. This is one of my favorite exercises to do. It's challenging. I really feel it in the glute and hamstring. It's almost a nice stretch when I do it. And down. So like I said, 30 seconds on each leg for this exercise. You're gonna feel it. You might be sore the next day or two. Don't get discouraged. Just keep working at it. All right, now we have exercise number 3 in this series, and it's going to be a low-high chop. So what that is, and I'm gonna get the weight in a minute, just because I want to really use a weight to drive and explode this motion. Like I said, explosive power, these athletes are very powerful. But you're gonna have a weight, you're gonna squat down with the weight in front of one leg, and then you're gonna explosively come off the ground with the weight, and you're gonna twist to the side. So I'm gonna end up turning and facing the wall. So I'm gonna squat down and really lift up. Squat and really drive it up. Use that leg for power. This is gonna get your core. You're gonna work those transverse abdominals. You're gonna work your legs when you're squatting down and exploding up. Really a great multi-muscle exercise that I love to do. So I'm gonna grab a dumbbell. You can use a medicine ball, really anything with weight that you can hold while you're doing this, as long as it's comfortable for you. So I'm gonna grab it and I'm gonna bend down, and I'm gonna drive up, down, and drive up, down, and drive, down, and drive up. Now, I'm gonna have you do this on each side for 30 seconds during this circuit. So similar to the deadlift exercise that we did, you're gonna alternate sides. So 30 on each side for this one. And really carve out that core. All right, so we have the last exercise in this gymnastics series. So I'm going to be taking it down to the floor for this one. We're really gonna be working on our core and strengthening our hip flexors along with our abs. So I'm going to just get comfortable on my back. We're gonna be doing leg raises. So I'm gonna lay down like so. Now for this exercise, I really want you to flex your feet. You're going to just get a little bit more out of it if you flex your feet with your core. So what we're going to do is we're going to be raising our legs up and raising them down. Now what is important to remember in this exercise is that your back should be still staying on the ground. So you want to really engage your abs. So you want to think belly button to spine. So you're pulling your abs in the entire time when you're doing these leg raises. So you're just going up and down. Make sure to breathe. Inhale, exhale. In and out. Now, if I want to make it a little more challenging, what I can do is I can just add a little thrust right at the top. So a reverse crunch in a way. I can also lift my head up. Lifting your head up is just going to engage your abs just a little bit more. Now, if you notice that you start to feel this exercise that you're doing in your back, just lessen the range of motion. So maybe your legs don't come down all the way and don't touch the ground. That's okay. You know, you're just lifting up and down. So do what you can. Do it for the full 60 seconds. You're really going to feel it in your core. It's okay if your abs are on fire. It just means that they're working. So I hope you enjoyed this day of gymnastics exercises. I know I did. I hope you really enjoy getting through the full circuit. And just keep working at everything, okay? Especially the single leg exercise. All right.